Alright, what is up, people? This is my first video for my prep that started the 8th of April last year. But this is the night of the trip to Suriname, before Suriname. So a few hours after this, basically I was just ranting about how many fat I'm gonna have to lose and starting my YouTube channel and stuff like that. So yeah, this was about a year ago, more than a year ago, and I was basically stressing on the fact that after this couple of days trip, which was like a weekend, it's going to be a hard few months coming up, 3 months actually, before I decided to do the other show. So this was just a mini thing to Suriname. Didn't do a lot of
much people, that there, I don't know if you heard it, but that's when I really started off. It was like, that was a
video, but I did
week in April,
but not
a couple of days in April. That's the night before we started the trip. Started packing and stuff.
So just a short thing.
Excited to leave in a few
just
hours.
To put together some clips.
This was the morning
here with you.
As the sun started to come up.
So yeah, this was I think the 7th.
Suriname, actually, yeah, this here is the port,
5th, right? So this is
whatever you call it, to go to Suriname.
Ferry, where we took the ferry from
Duty
Guyana
free
to
tax
Suriname.
stuff, basic stuff that you gotta go through.
See,
alright, didn't do much video in there.
Here we are heading.
I was very tired, still tired, and I didn't video everything in landscape, how it goes. See,
just waiting for that boat.
Sorry about that, but this is just how it is.
Right, that's it here. Man, I'm very sure, to be honest, if this was coming back or going, but
sure, to be honest, if this was
I
going
put it
back
up
or
anyway,
coming, but I think it was going.
Suriname. So yeah. Basically,
this was, I think it was
I don't remember how long it took, but it
prep started on the 8th. Right, so this was a weekend trip to Suriname.
This is really
heading into Suriname. Way after we touched down, heading in Paramaribo, I don't recall exactly, but this is what Suriname kind of looks like heading into where we dined. I don't remember that hotel, guest house, whatever
14 hours or something like that.
Looks pretty nice in the night when it's lit up.
This is heading into Paramaribo just before Paramaribo. I think we was already in Paramaribo. I don't remember actually, and I don't know.
So yeah, this is just heading into the town basically.
Yeah.
Right. This was awesome. This it's kind of similar to where I am,
we would have
certain areas are more developed.
Guest house,
not gonna lie.
Exactly what it was, but I know it looked damn good in the night, way better than in the day.
Here is where we
it looked like a real hotel in the night.
Actually,
there's a casino here. Casino
looks really different in the night from the other view.
Guyana has like Chinese shop, food shops like every corner, so that's it in Suriname.
I basically just try to put together what I could from when I videoed this. I wasn't thinking everything right, or was doing everything right, so bear with me.
Okay.
I just was able to recover what I could. Because this was more than a year ago. This was last year, April.
Staying here. We had no
this was the last outing trip before my prep started.
But it was pretty decent.
Alright.
Yep. Casinos everywhere. Just took a trip out in the day.
And of course,
eventually to the gym.
I think it was the next day. We had to visit the gym. Alright. Pretty nice gym here.
It was alright. It was a good gym. Clean, nice environment.
Well set.
No issues. Basically just need to touch up stuff like really that. I just wanted to see what the gym looked like. Alright. They didn't really go to
we did a sort of a full body
part
thing
or do a full body. I just did whatever I
did
felt
some
like.
warming up. Tried to get some legs in.
Warming up here
obviously,
too. Basically, I
really
try to take it out of this machine. I haven't
this
had
machine here, I don't think
been on a machine like this since in the Cayman Islands in 2015. There's really no machine like this in Guyana, like this, but not this particular one. In this angle and cable press. There's a Actually, yes, there is a
45,
similar
50
one,
degrees or something.
but it's a bit different.
I'm not entirely sure.
Now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
It's a bit
this was
set up a
great. I
little
tried
bit
to work it
different.
out.
It's more quad focused. Anyways,
So this is the night.
nightlife. Basically, we just went out into the night, just
Heading out,
checking out places,
see what the city
and
looks like, what the
seeing,
nightlife looks
what
like,
it's
and
nowhere
we
specific.
pretty much obviously, like I said, I didn't video everything because I was kind of like try to be in the moment and not to be taken up. I didn't really
Just
too
driving
much
around and
planned on vlogging
basically
this
there were
really,
people that
alright, or else I would have probably done things differently and made this a separate video. But since it's just a few clips, I decided to add it into
he recommended a place
to the
and
first day of prep
we tried it
because when
out.
I came back
It was alright.
from
I had no complaining.
Suriname, these are the casinos here.
everywhere.
There is a
Maybe on
loaded
one
amount
block
of
you can find a
casinos
few
in Paramaribo and
casinos left and
Suriname.
right.
Like how you have like Chinese in Guyana.
Gambling type.
Like every corner in Guyana has like a Chinese everywhere.
Give here a try.
And that's how the casino is in Suriname, right? So if you want to go like gambling in different kind of country, like in South America, you might be enjoying.
It was fun overall though.
Yeah,
We did go to the club, but yeah,
I saw an experience, alright.
it was alright.
Yeah, so like I was saying, when I came back from Suriname, the next day was prep, so that's why I just added everything. So
But it's
came
just
back,
really a glimpse
Sunday,
of what Suriname might
Monday,
look
my
like. I
prep
just
started.
a lot of people have it's never been to Suriname.
I think this was about 6 or something,
What
right?
it looks like.
Yeah, I think this was the
More
6th.
beautiful than this, of course, than being there. And yes, I didn't, like I said, I didn't plan on doing this. I just put it together so it's not all in landscape. It was a beautiful afternoon. This was the Sunday afternoon.
Saturday afternoon.
this was
Saturday afternoon. Sunday we would have been traveling.
Saturday afternoon.
Very beautiful afternoon.
Yeah,
Up into the evening.
Yeah, it was a Saturday afternoon. Sunday afternoon.
Man all over no gal, why like me? We no mad, no, we no mad over no gal. Them come like Dali and spend up money, no man, no more gal.
Alright, at that time there, I was, that was the last night, that was the Saturday night, so I got really turned up, you know. And I was really young, just enjoying myself there, man. So this is the following, that's just actually some hours after, as I was late at the night, in the morning, left very early because on sunlight or something. It went pretty fast here, right? All the way fast here. Decent speed. Yeah, I had fun coming back. Very tired. But just to show you what the road is like here. Heading up onto this bridge and this is heading back home. Yeah man, it was a great trip. Every one of my trips of wherever I've been outside my country was a damn blast. I don't know what I would rate, which one in front of which one. Everyone was unique, great, awesome in its own way, you know. So this would have been the 7th, 12, my prep starts the next day, which would have been the Monday. That would have been leg day, of course, and yeah. But here are some pics that that we took out, me and my friends, right at the food. I don't remember what they call it. This is the place, the hotel, and basically went outside to see what the market is like and stuff like that. Definitely had a blast, you know. It was short, I wish I had more time and knew the place better, but maybe next time it'll be way better. Alright, that's it for the photos in Suriname. So, hope you enjoyed that so far. So this here is me taking a ride. This is my cousin had horse cart. Had to take a lift out to get some transportation to get to the gym, whatever it takes to get to the gym. Try to. A lot of people would see this as they would have pride to go on a horse cart, but I haven't been on a horse cart in years. So when I got onto this, it was fun, you know, just feeling it. Back in the day, we used to do donkey carts and horse carts, but this here wasn't a while. So it's a little good feeling, not something that you do every day. So yeah, this helped me to get closer to the gym. Basically, this was my first transportation, and so when I got into the gym, really it was me and two of my friends that we went to Suriname with. That I went to Suriname with. I basically start off with foam rolling, you know, my sides, lower, well not my lower back, that tie in from your glutes to your lower back. Usually get a tightness there, way back, even like I can say maybe before I even had my injury on my lower back. If you check out my first video in my story, so ever since then it's always been tight, and I think that has been related to the injury, you know, really to loosen up your back and your lower back when you're doing stuff like squats and deadlifts. But this is basically a bit of my routine that I do mostly on leg day and back day, but mostly try to spend some extra time on leg day, roll out my hamstrings and quads sometimes and whatever, but I hardly do that now. I kind of do things only if it really feels tight then, but I kind of like try to do it at home way before I go to the gym or something like that. Normally people would go on a bicycle or warm up on the treadmill or whatever and then do the foam rolling. I prefer to do the foam rolling first to loosen up the muscles and prepare them when you get on the bike. It's a bit more free. Some people prefer to get a warm up first on the bike, but I do that and then I go to the bike because after the bike I get a pump from the bike. If I go and do the bike first and then do the foam rolling, I'll probably more or less likely lose that pump. That's how I see it, but you can try what works for you. I don't know, whoever does foam rolling, you know, most people I think would do it. So yeah, all this I try to do. This has been working for me and it made a difference, right? Just don't go all the way and do every kind of stretch, you know. This is basically what's been working for me, but I guess I need to take discipline and do a little bit more of my upper body stretching. Basically, upper body, I just start off with movement that I can just go light with, whether if it's chest and it'll be like push-ups or just light flies. And yeah, and then I went onto the bike for like about 5 to 7 minutes. Alright, get some blood in there and get my hips warm up, my joints, knees and all that stuff. I don't really go on treadmill when it's on leg day. I prefer to do the bike treadmill and the peripheral machines and whatever day. I don't really feel that much blood coming in. I prefer to do the bike because I'm most likely working my lower body. So that's what I do. On other days, like it's upper body days, I just, whichever movement I'm going to do, I just start off with like pull-ups, or if it's a push day, I just do like some push-ups or some cable flies. I go like a couple of sets, really light, 3 or maybe 4 sets, and then I go into the heavy sets, alright? So yeah, that's basically it. This game is called Fitness 53. Right, owned by a famous cricketer here in Guyana. Everybody knows him. Well, that's his last name, Sarwan. Pretty nice, decent gym, very spacious screen and stuff like that. Basically, started off my prep. I was at this gym when I started my prep last year, and I did most of my time here. I did do visit other gyms. That's a normal thing, and that might always be a part of me. Like I call it gym hopping. So yeah, that's just me. So we started off. I went and do some calves afterwards. Really, and actually I did went in to do some hamstrings, and then I realized that I wanted to get some work done on my calves, so I decided to do the calves first and get that out of the way. I think somebody was using the machine or whatever, so then I would have gone back and do hamstrings and started off with continue. It was basically ham day. Kind of prioritize my hamstrings. Then my hamstrings are like, my entire legs are way back, but I'm more way back with my hamstrings and my quads. I would think there's really no kind of sleep there. Now getting into that stage, and I've been struggling with growing my legs. I basically started off working legs seriously a little while after I met Body of Legends, Nick Ross, my training partner in the islands, and he really was the one that really pushed me on legs and tried to let me know and remind me how important it is to get our symmetry and to go hard to get those gains. So yeah, before that I was barely working legs, maybe like once a week, and it wasn't that intense workout. Then I started doing once a week intense, then I realized I needed to probably go as soon as they recover and stuff like that. Now I try to do ham day and quad day. That's how I try to do it. Then I try to put calves. I do put calves in both of those days. This here I do this different from time to time, as we see in some of my other videos. Alright, I do drop sets and stuff, but this is how we did it. And after this we kind of warmed up with this, and it's kind of supersetted with the hack squat press. Or we did that individually. I don't remember. I think we went back and forth because it was 3 of us, so we kind of like try not to be hanging around too much and just occupy the machine. That was the idea, try to keep the machines occupied. Usually we got people coming and trying to take them away, so yeah. So basically just getting in lift work. Right. And yeah, we tried to get in a lot of sets in here until we felt that we had enough. And I started off with the lion leg curl, one leg at a time, you know, that individual development and balance. I'm trying to take that into consideration for hamstrings, ham day, and quad mostly. And the upper body, no, not really. The only thing that I try to do more single out is bent over row, single arm row for the back, for the lats. But I'll get into that in the next video. Of course, I want to mix things up here.
Yeah, so basically just doing like a few sets of these, right? When I say a few sets, maybe 3 or 4, depending on how I feel. That's how I'll go. I don't write things down. If I feel I need one more, or I can do it one more, depending on if it's the beginning of the workout and ending of the workout and stuff like that. Or if you should write down every single thing. Maybe you can keep track of what you do and stuff like that, but every day is not going to be the same day. You're not going to have the same amount of energy, and the fatigue level is going to be different, and so forth and so on. So yeah, I try to get a little bit of stretching in between, and there's a lot of research on stretching in between sets, whether it's good or bad. Stretching before, we know stretching before without being warm up is not that smart, and probably wrong, but some people still do it, you know. So yeah, after this we went into some I think these are kind of mine deadlift. They're basically for the hamstrings, kind of like a Romanian deadlift, but not exactly, because I'm coming out and get that stretch out on my hip and that squeezing my glutes. This was actually my friend Andy in the gray t-shirt I did. So basically what I did was try to put in a workout. Let them choose a workout, I choose a workout, or if they want to have an input on their style and way. And this was good for a change. I usually do them with the dumbbells, but they wanted to try this, so I was like, yeah, why not? So yeah, it was this guy's idea, and it worked out pretty well. Felt that stretch, and usually sometimes with dumbbells you might not be going on too like even with it, but this here felt good. Did a couple of sets of these, maybe 3 or 4, just with like almost all the other exercises. These I think you can do them as like a Romanian deadlift, so you don't really have to lock out unless you want to engage like the glutes and do some squeezing. And of course you can apply the same methods like doing slow and the negatives when you're lowering it down and stuff like that. And then went on to do some single leg press. Well, of course, you can do these more than one way. You can put your feet high, you can put them low, you can put them in a slant in and slant out. There's a lot of research again and talk about the placement of your feet and which angle to hit which body part. But to me, it has a lot to do with the muscle and mind connection. You can have your feet in a way that you're supposed to hit a certain body part, but then another part end up getting engaged. Like you can see me twisting here. I feel this is more like for the hamstrings and glutes when you want to get there. If you stay like straight, like how my friend was doing it in that first set, you would basically find more quad activation. That's what I get. I keep it more straight in quad activation. And when I'm going to do it, I do it like this, but I hardly do them like this slanted. You know, a lot of people say it's good for your knees, you got to position your back right. But I think, for me personally, it's about how comfortable you get on that pot. Because they might tell you how to align yourself and you might be feeling discomfort at that pace, alright? So I went up here again and went up in weight. I think it was like 2.5 plates on each side. But I can go more, of course, a little bit more, maybe 3.5. I usually go failure to the last set. I think positioning is important and you go according to your comfort. My hips got really tight here. I think it was this one. Yeah, so coming back to the stretching, I tried to stretch it out, but I had to come off, do some stretching, and went on back and try to finish that set. You know, this is something that a lot of people don't really talk about when you get cramps and stuff like that. You got to find a way to stretch it out. You got to do your accessory work, and this is something I've been lacking. So I try to, as you could say, I did try to warm up before, and even in between, you might be in an awkward position. You might be getting cramps. It might be blood circulation. You know, and I'm not gonna say that I went on a couple of 4 days layoff for the gym and whatever, and that's the cause, right? Maybe I needed to warm up more. Maybe it's just a bit of tightness that we might all get from time to time. Right. So yeah, I basically just did like about 3 sets of these. I went on to do the last set that I took some licks. So yeah, it was all good though. Yeah, so I finished off with this last set, and that was it. We went on to do walking lunges, alright, with the curl bar on the back. Now this here, I usually do them with dumbbells because I find that you're able to balance a little better, but some people find this, they can probably maintain their balance with this. This here is a bit awkward in terms of balancing. I don't usually do these, so these guys wanted to do it this way, so I'm like, alright, let me try something that I don't normally do. Every now and then I would do this now because I sort of have gotten accustomed to it. I practice it a bit more. prefer to just go with the dumbbells, and I think you can go a bit heavier with the dumbbells. The difference with the dumbbells though is that what I find is that it tend to hold a lot on your shoulders and maybe even your traps when you're going heavy. Even though you gotta put yourself in the right position and just try to stay upright and all that. But like if you're going to go into quads, I lean forward more a bit. If I'm doing hamstrings, I try to stay more in my heel and push through my heel and my glutes, and I go lower. If I'm doing like quads, alright, I don't go that low, because more low I try to tend to engage my glutes, so I'm not focusing on that. But in this here, I had needed to go lower, should have gone more low, but like I said, I was warming up, as you could see, and I tried to get that out into that way, right? So we did a few sets of these, and basically went on to the next exercise. So a couple more sets, and went on to some abducting machine, getting in that, what they call it, energize. So I did like 3 sets each. I think I did do a drop set on these. Basically go light with these, you know. And I went on to the outer sweep. Alright, a couple of sets, or 3 or 4 sets each. I think I did a drop set, so it'll probably be a total sets about 4 to 5. The lighting was bad here, so that's right. So that concludes the workout, right? This was basically it. Sorry about that, I was getting a call. Yeah, so this basically concludes the workout. I hope you enjoyed it. Right, it was very long. I guess probably didn't watch everything, but the next part is just gonna show you some update on my posing. Well, not posing,
Right,
really
so
my physique.
this is basically the pics of the same day. So this is my starting point. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't liked, share, subscribe, please do so. Till my next video, peace and take care.